The book Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2 and verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Most High and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? First and foremost, I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Merkahakwadash. I want to give double honors to my apostles, my bishops, my elders, a great millstone. Double honors to the high priest elders that taught those men. Salutations to you brothers that are presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice, pushing the gospel of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah through the four corners of the earth, and to you believers. To you, I say Shalom. It's Brother Barman-Lock out of Great Millstone Camp, Austin, coming at you with a quick lesson. And this lesson is going to center around this meaning of the phrase trend upward. Trend upward. It says is correct and usable in written English. You can use it to describe something that is increasing in value. And who is increasing more in value than what? The hopefully elect men and the believers that are calling on the names of the Lord Yahweh, who the word ignorantly calls God, and his name is Yahweh, and it means he is or he exists, and the Bahasham in the name, and Yahweh Shah, who the word ignorantly calls JC, and it means what? He saves, he delivers. So we say Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, man. So who is increasing in value more than the men and women that believe on the names of the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, more specifically the men of the house of Israel? You know, we're increasing in value or amount over time, because what? This world is what? Slowly fading away, man. And we know that we're coming to the end of Esau's age. We're coming to the end of Esau's age. What? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. So that's why I came out of the book, again, Ecclesiasticus, no, Salakia. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Most High and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? And you got to know the name. And matter of fact, if we go to the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 17th chapter, let's go. I'll stay right there in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 17. And it says what? Ecclesiastes 17 and verse 10, it said, and the elect shall praise his holy name. And the elect is going to praise his holy name. That's why, you know, we're never going to be confounded. That's why in the book of Ecclesiastes 2 and 10, we'll never be confounded because of what? We know the names of the Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. And we're going to praise his holy name. So to what? Because we are trending upward, increasing in value in these last days, man. While Esau Edom, the so-called self-professed white man, his kingdom is what? It's coming to an end. It's deteriorating fast. We are what? Trending upwards. And because what? Matter of fact, let's go right here. We should read this every day. Let's go to the book of Proverbs. I didn't have it up there. Book of Proverbs, chapter 29, and verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the people mourning, man, here in Babylon the Great and what? In other places around the world, man. People mourning because what? Esau Edom, he's been the hammer of the whole earth. He's going back. What? He's what? Rape, robbing, murdering, and pillaging the other nations. He natural resources and what? He's killing the people. So, hey man, we're trending upward, man. We understand that we're in the last days. We're in a time of Jacob's trouble. We're in the times of wars and rumors of wars. The third world's war is coming quickly, and most importantly, we're in a time where this technology that Esau Edom is going to what implement. It's going to be worldwide, and he's going to implement what? The MOT to the B that's spoken of in the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 16. So we can never be confounded because what? Salakia. I don't know why. How did they get like that? I hope I don't close this whole thing out. So when we go back to the book of Ecclesiasticus, let's see if we can pull it out this way. I don't know. Salakia. Salakia. Hey man, when you, oh, there it go. I don't want this KJV standard. Salakia. We just have to open up another one, another window. So we go back to the book of Ecclesiasticus 2 and 10. Read it once again. And this is the generation that we're talking about right now, this generation. It said, look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Most High and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, he's not what? We abide in the fear of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and we're not going to be forsaken, man, in these last days. Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? That's why we read the book of Ecclesiasticus, 17 and 10. And the elect shall praise his holy name. Because we need that covering of the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua for the times that we're coming into. Jacob's trouble, World War III, and the mandatory implementation of the MOT to the B. As a matter of fact, let's go to, I got it up here already. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. It's the 25th chapter. Ecclesiasticus chapter 25 and verse 10. It says, oh, how great is he that findeth wisdom, yet is there none above him that feareth the Most High. And many have found wisdom, so few. You got Genesis at one time or another, they found wisdom. They weren't able to hold on to it. You got ISUPK, they don't found wisdom, but yet they couldn't hold on to it. IUIC, they found wisdom, but they couldn't hold on to it. Why? Because it continues to read, yet there is none above him that feareth the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So they don't fear the Most High Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua because they don't even say the name. And we know that the name is dreadful among the heathen. And they are acting and walking in the heathenistic state right now. Verse 11, it says, but the love of the Most High passeth all things for illumination. The love of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua passes all things for illumination. I got that word looked up, in Epimon online. It says illumination, spiritual enlightenment. Spiritual enlightenment. So when we go back here, it said, but the love of the Most High passeth all things for spiritual enlightenment. He that holdeth it, whereto shall he be likened? That he that holdeth, whereto shall he be likened? Shall he be likened, man? I didn't even pull this one up. Let's open up another window. Let's go to Noah's in Matthew 7. Let's go to St. Matthew, the 7th chapter. Where until he be likened, man? Let's go to Matthew 7. Gonna be likened to a man that built this house upon a rock, man. It's Matthew 7. It's in Matthew. Matthew is in Luke as well, man. I like the one in Luke. Salakia. Let's go to St. Luke, the 6th chapter. St. Luke, the 6th is almost at the end. St. Luke, chapter 6, and verse 47. St. Luke, chapter 6, and verse 47, it said, whosoever cometh unto me, and heareth my saying, and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. Verse 48, it says, he is like a man which built his house and dig deep and laid the foundation on a rock. And that rock is Yahweh Shah. And we know that the other camps, they don't call on Yahweh Shah. And when the floods arose and the streams beat vehemently upon the house, it could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. Woo. Verse 49, but he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built a house upon the earth, against which the streams did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruins of the house was great, man. So these other camps, their house is going to fall great. We go back here and read this again in the book of Ecclesiastes, the 17th chapter, the 25th chapter. It says what? It said, but the love of the Most High compasseth all things for illumination, spiritual enlightenment. But he that holdeth it, whereunto shall he be likened? Hey, man, you want to build your house upon the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, man, because we're coming into some crazy times. You already see that Esau Edom is marching through the earth, getting ready to conquer all the lands. So what? We need a covering. We need a covering. We need, and which leads us to the book of Psalms, chapter 91, man. We building our house upon a rock, which is Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, man. The book of Psalms, chapter 91, and it says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. We're gonna abide under the shadow of the Almighty, man, because we're putting our trust in the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, not in man. Verse 2, I will say of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Because we're not going to put our trust in man. Matter of fact, we got that Psalms 118 up here. That's Psalms 91. Let's go to Psalms. Let's open up one more window. We're going to close this out pretty soon. I didn't want this to be that long. Let's go to Psalms 118. One of my favorite precepts, man. So when you understand, you don't put your trust in no man. Let's go to Psalms 118. I wish I could have typed them numbers in. Psalms 118 in verse 8, it reads, it is better to trust in the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah than to put confidence in a man. And we know that 2/3 of you Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're putting your confidence in Esau Edom and his ability to conquer, and destroy. You're not putting your trust in the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah in these last days. And you're going to need the names of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, Jacob's trouble, World War III, and the mandatory implementation of the MOT to the B that's spoken of in the book of Revelation 13:16. You're going to need to know the names, man. And you're going to have to put your trust. You ain't going to be able to, the Lord, it's the will of the Most High for those that, at the last minute that he's going to give us the Holy Spirit to. But why wait till the last minute, man? Hey, man, be ready stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And calling on the names of the Lord Yahweh Shah right now. Hey, man, you're building a foundation, man. That rock. You want to build your foundation upon that rock so that you can be protected in these last days, man. So we go back to Psalms, the 91st chapter, in verse 2, it say, I will say of the Most High Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. So we're not going to trust in a man. We're going to trust in the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowlers and from the noisome pestilence, man. That noisome pestilence, it's going to be is that thermonuclear destruction that's coming, man. It's coming. Because World War III is going to bring all of that. Verse 4, he shall cover thee with feathers, and under his wings, the angels, under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. This wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Holy Scriptures, the fear of the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. You're going to have to fear him as well. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor the arrows that fly by day. Again, that's a twofold. We got Jeremiah the 30th, that Jacob's trouble. That terror by day, that terror by night is going to be what all hell is going to be breaking loose, man. Men going to be afraid. Going to be pains travail upon a woman, man. At nighttime, hell going to be breaking loose. In daytime, you're going to see, you open up your window, you're going to be able to look out the window. You're going to see people, man, out there with that sword, man, going to battle. So you need to have that protection of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah in these last days. Verse 6, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday, a thermonuclear destruction. Verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. And that's that protection, abiding in the shadow of the Almighty, man. So the secret place of the Most High. That's what you want, man. You want protection. Your if you got a gun or that gat and you see a bunch of you Israelites that are going to these ranges, putting these videos out, the women are dressed, with they fashion on, and they got all these secret little compartments with their guns underneath their thigh, underneath their back, in their purse. Hey man, that's not gonna save you, man. When all hell break loose, when all hell break loose, everybody's gonna be a prey. Only those that are calling on the names of the Lord, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and fearing the names of the Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, are going to be protected, man. Verse 7, again, it says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shall thou behold to see the reward of the wicked. And only with their eyes shall you see the reward of the wicked. And we know the wicked is Esau, Edom, the so-called self-professed white man. We're going to see his kingdom being brought down. It's because this infighting that's already taking place within. You got the blues and the reds, they're going against each other. The nations are rising up against nation and people against people. So all these things are taking place, man. It's just this is a keg that's just ready to bust. And when it busts, all hell is gonna break loose, man. 2nd Ezra 15 chapter, man. It's gonna be, we here, we in it. That's why you should be calling on the names of the Lord, Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. So we're going to close it again. We'll read verse 9. It said, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. You don't made the Most High your habitation, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So he's what? Verse 10, and thou shalt no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. We need that protection from the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. Ain't no weapons gonna stop what's about to happen, man. Your house, you're not gonna have enough power, man, to stop all this sedition that's gonna take place on the planet Earth, man. You're gonna need the heavenly protection of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah in these last days. So we're gonna close it out there. Oh, verse 11, it say, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. And that's what we were looking for. The angels of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, says it's encamped about them that fear him, Psalms 34 chapter. So we're going to close it out there. I pray this lesson been edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles, our bishops, our elders, a great millstone. Double honors to the high priest elders that taught those men. Salutations to you brothers that are presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice, pushing the gospel of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, through the four corners of the earth. Shalom.